Okay, thanks. Maybe we can start reading the poems.
Yes, yeah. What is 1958?
So you've been here since 1958?
It has been here in a way since 1958. In a way, in one sense.
It's a very important year.
Oh, I see.
Actually, I wonder if it's going to be easier if you take over the slide. Hey, do you want to make Iris the creator of this slideshow? Maybe it'll be easier if she...
Iris created this. You have a very nice group working together.
So I'll introduce the readers as we start, but once you've got the slideshow up, I'll see who the first reader is.
You can see we have so many young poets here. And then each one will be reading a few poems. So before reading, maybe you can introduce yourself first, your name, and the first one will be Lily. Lily. Okay.
So can I?
So you can
Why don't you just let me say it? It'd be easier.
Please.
So the first reader is Lily Han, who published her first book of stories with ASM 3 years ago. It's called Climbing a Tree for Fish, and who was also a translator of a book of classical poems by the Manchu poet Nalan Xingde in 2007. So the poems that you're seeing today here are from Lily's first chapbook of her own poetry, which will be appearing in December of this year.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. So which version would you like to listen, English or Chinese? Or either one. I'd like to choose the first Chinese, okay?
Okay.
那年季候风经过的时候，吹落了许多花儿，你随手捡起一朵，像孩子一样，用透明胶把它重新印回镜上，像完成一项任务。花儿仅抬头看了一眼，便重重地跌落地上。花儿第二次坠落，结束了所有期望。季风已经走了。谢谢。Next one is also mine, so this time I'd like to read the English. In my garden, I stole a marigold for you. You said for a good cause, self-defoliation, a commitment to the wind, in nature's name. A petal you threw to the air fell on me. Its quiet whispering in breezes wakes the wilting lilies of my garden.
Wow.
This time Chinese version also. 在庭院中生活了数百年的老樟树早已修炼成精，干瘦的褪为褐色的手指甲尖给新浸粉刷会的墙身抓出斑驳的痕迹。树下几个菲佣悠闲地吃着亲手煮的意粉，背对的那个安静的小展厅，就是老无所依的老女人的停尸房。守门的世尊小型关公雕像，手持青龙偃月刀，头顶对着葡式餐厅的蓝色瓷砖门牌，都成为了游客的猎奇图片。蝉的下曲烦扰着老樟树，没人竖起耳朵倾听以往曾经阴郁的历史。Thanks. The last one, I'd like to read it in English. Toward Formosa, near the Avenida de Playa Grande, a beautiful comb was left. The water seller, a girl, picked it up, running through long braids. she calmed her love. Many years later, love fades. The calm is beautiful as before, still in a delightful mood, waiting for the next paragraph. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Yes, the street name is Portuguese. It's been beautiful street.
Formosa means beautiful.
Yes.
美丽岛.
The next reader is Petra Sek, who 2 years ago published a volume of translations of the poet Li Yu, and whose first volume of poetry, well actually it's a kind of poetry travelogue of Macau temples. Poems about Macau temples will be published later this year. So hopefully we'll be hearing some of those poems today.
Thanks, Father Ken. I have 4 poems about temples in Macau, and the first one is Congregation, which is written in Po Thai Monastery in Taipei. Congregation. Long cane in one hand, rolled up sutra in the other, under grey eyebrows, composure beams, heartless of an ascetic. In cassock, falling over both shoulders, a black beard, silly, drawn to the discourse, leans close to a tiger to share the scripture in his hand. Feet on clouds, the guandai, still a red face, arched eyebrows, and long halberd in hand, like other deities in distinctive attire, comes not to show. Uniqueness comes not to show uniqueness, but keen minds reaching the land of bliss. One palm faces up on the left, the other faces forwards, robe over broad shoulders, a faint smile, at the corners of mouth of the Buddha appears, lit by wisdom. Nature of all these beings to uncover, all the wise ways within. Second. At the Tin Hao Temple, swallowed in such a sea of trees that never refuse the generous offerings of buses and factories. Sound of sweeping, precise as a clock's movement, takes me too far back, when people might have choked by endless smoke, when there were not such building blocks around or trees, but blocks around or plains, but only fishing boats shuttling on the sea, much wider than now. Third, 竹林子，如煙擺真實，一口一口地煙掉，煙不止息，捎來了回憶。小烏龜，你身下的硬幣告訴我，運氣是一次又一次地你的頭被擊中。這財富你將如何消費？金子能夠變成一件件必需品，可是雙手受到什麼驅使？灰燼是一雙雙黑色的翅膀，依戀在我們身上。善信們似乎在角力，誰的香枝越高，誰便越虔誠。其實這城市不也正是個香爐嗎？鋼鐵、槍子、煙霧。Dissociation. I was told that man, once departed, will become 3 souls. One attaches to the body in the grave. One goes to the King Yama for judgment. One clings to a little tablet behind sacrifices. I believe there is still one more. It resides in someone else's heart. Always. Thank you. I want to know when you first write a poem, you write it in English or Chinese?
English.
English first.
Yes.
And you
And then I
translate it
translate that English into Chinese.
into Chinese. You translate it.
You did
Yeah,
the
yes, by myself.
You did the same.
I like
the
this one.
English
No,
version.
the Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, this one.
Amy.
Okay. So the next poet's Amy Wong. Amy's first novel, Man, God, Ghost, was published in 2006. Amy was one of the people who worked on the very long-term project translating the Tang poet Meng Jiao, and also was involved in the Song Women Poets project, which published the book Like a Lotus with Pleasure last year. So, Amy, please go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm glad to be here to share some of my poems with you. And the first one is called 艷遇。艷遇，在麥當勞，一個金髮女郎端着托盤，瞄了瞄我對面的座位說：未捱。我點了點頭，把擱在桌上的公事包胡亂地塞在背後。在那小得不能再小的椅子上，我的背挺得好直好直。吃着漢堡，視線卻落在女郎白刺豐滿的胸部上。咖啡杯裏的漣漪比不上心頭的咁樣。迷惑間，女郎遞來了一張名片 ，Call me when you have time。她走了，我低下頭，看到不只是名片上黃金夜總會的字樣，還有蘋果批上醒目的白字 Caution Unhot。啟示1月1日，小狗在一夜狂歡後，從幾咁安樂的啟示中找到了回家的路。2月29日，孤獨的陳林啟示張貼在巴士站的指示牌上，從此那站被叫做 The Lost Station。4月1日，漁人在漁人那頭遺失了身份證，看着尋日啟示，誰也不相信那是真的。7月14日，鬼門關的鑰匙不見了，有人找到後，卻不敢依從啟示上的地址去領報酬。8月15日，月亮出走了，嫦娥貼出了搬家啟示，從此人們只能在衛星電視看見它。12月31日，我忘了自己丟了什麼，在看到街上那一張張啟示時，才發現我遺失的是記憶。Every day in imitation of the next, so I experience the day before all through my life. Every day might be a beginning, but could be an end. There's a kind of middle ground we stand on. Every day is equal to 24 hours, but the boy is punished for saying it's 1:15 now. Every day, the poet writes a poem. Every day he burns the one he wrote the day before. Now he is famous in hell, still waiting for death, the only hope. This one I read in English. I can only write cliché. Night crowded with lights. The moon shouts, shadows silent as usual. Big raps, small dogs, beautiful beasts. All blank in the lost city. The sky is blue, the river flows. Flowers blossom. Birds sing with a bitter float. The sun goes home, night comes. Fireworks laugh for a few seconds, but longer than your average poem. Clichés will outlive us all. The lines all start with capitals, but there's no free lunch and no full stop. Okay. 逼巴士，擠吧擠吧，這是巴士公司籌款節目。多一個人擠上，善款就多1分。把臉黏在玻璃上，他的胸部貼着他的，他的屁股靠着他的。他的手臂擋在我的腰前，身體傾斜45度，邊練瑜伽邊屈手。這裏不需要禮節，這裏沒有男女授受不親，讓座是即興的行為，但性騷擾卻是必須的。Too many dogs sleeping at night, too few roses passes in the day. I dare not greet. Too many lights to count, too few stars to compete. It's the one who loses. Too many gamblers fill up the casinos, too few chips they can win. Machines all well fed. Too many forms to fill in, too little time to decide. The answer is always too easy. The last one. 那一口。我的狗厭倦了。
It's okay.
咬一口，我的狗厭倦了無味的口糧，狠狠地咬了我一口。3年了，它從未忘記遺獸的本分，不曉得瀝青地不需要它的天然肥，但主人卻需要它的中心來炫耀。那一天，我把狗烹了，用我的人道把它毀滅。我還了它一口，再一口。人類的世界是需要計算利息的。Thank you.
And the next poet is Hilda Tan, whose first novel, Arsenal's Five Destinies, was published in 2006 by ASM, who also worked on the Maggie Jiao project I just described and the Soul Women Poets project, and many other things as well. So I'll stop and let Hilda read.
A funeral. Compulsory party, not much notice. Wooden fish beaten, sauna horns blown, joss sticks and candles burned. Roasted pig's head, apples and oranges pressed with ashes. 2 paper dolls, red-faced, stand by under the smiling picture. White lanterns handwritten, red candles lit within. Red ink tells how long alive. Thousands of paper ingots folded to please the ghosts nearby. Through the fire, dolls, villa, Rolls Royce, all down to hell. Ashes in the air recedes. Under blockade cloths, banknotes, gold, silver, and she sleeps in peace. The image before us rots. Smile. Flushed cheeks, looking at the ice cream, she laughed. Grimy hands in her eyes waved sounds. Wearing his sandals, she chortled. Black hair on the temples, white gown has buried her pure heart. Princess in a fairy tale chuckled. I threw all the pictures into the fire because none of them were happy. 習慣，討厭習慣，希望習慣從來不用成為習慣，習慣不了必須要習慣的生活，我無法習慣。距離，這裏的綠色是粉紅，是淡粉紅，飄落到孩子裏。你沒有2800公里的視力，足跡只得我一人。這裏的淡粉紅是綠色。你說只是手機上黑色的文字，不由分說。帶着玫瑰花苞的戒指會去跟你分享顏色，但花苞早已在萬尺的高空裏暫裂凋謝。舊照片，致黃麗瑩。她婚宴的照片有我，白襯衣、短頭髮、蒼白的臉。私有聚會的照片有我，黑襯衣、黑長髮，淹沒了眼睛，像巫婆。兩張不同的臉都不是我自己。拍照1，你不明白36幅定格的理由，我告訴你，因為像素會扭曲你的笑容。2，4×6寸的長方格找不住你眼中的安寧。我卻偏要按下快門，凝結半秒鐘的現實。3，我跟你沒有合照，你說是遺憾，我說那只是說明曾經的詞語學習卡。4，再看照片，你已變模糊。
And I'll introduce Iris Fan now, whose first book of poems will be appearing later this year, which is a very interesting experiment. This book, it's a book of parallel text poems, bilingual English and Chinese, but the poems are not translations. They are related to each other in a different kind of way than translations. And Iris is very actively involved in the translation of Australian poets at the moment, along with Hilda and Chris Song. And Iris was the translator of a book of poems of mine, as from the Chinese translator, as from the Living Page last year. So, Iris.
The first one I'm going to read in English. Power cut. Wind stopped as the clouds settled on the blue surface. Outlines of tower and bridge. Night fell in the architect's office. His pencil skated away on the dark frozen sea. And then second is I'm going to read in Mandarin. 短章，火。对我来说，打开你的心比打开面前的椰子更难。酒，香槟中的气泡，电影中俗套的过场。旅游指南，蓝色的封面相遇，在没有寂寞星球。诗人的家叫做懒云窝，伊壁鸠鲁式的享乐观，无法将自己说服。图书馆，架子如边境，取下死人撰写、死人捐赠的书。荒村，扁平的石头下，屹立千年不变的咒语，宁静。This one I'm going to read the Chinese version also. 高速，天黑以后，车厢里不长不短的2个半小时，有人补眠，有人听歌，有人用外星语讲那永远也讲不完的电话，有人对着闪亮的电脑屏幕头脑风暴一份计划书，而我是在无人之地的轨道上，以每秒100迈的速度奔往生活动线上的另一端。道路两旁的绿化带将远处的万家灯火虚化成星星点点，一颗悬浮在银河系的微尘被太阳风席卷进高速的、安静的、动且不动的螺旋。And this one I'm going to read the English. From the sea, behind the door hung a yellow coat I used to wear to the beach. Slip my hand into the pocket, pull out 2 astonished crabs. A whiff of salty wind brought me a laughter of little girls picking trumpet shells. Down there, touched with fingertips, a golden sand castle I dare not reach further. And the last one, I'm going to read the English. A sinking fish. The sea is obese compared with such a skinny fish, and there's no around the world in 80 days. When you don't have the time or the money, all you can do is to voyage around your room, go deeper and deeper. That's why the fish is thinking, and thinking about thinking. If nothing on earth can hide away from gravity, why not just fall for it, journey to the center of whatever? Most people are more afraid of distance than depth. A long-distance relationship is more